Hello and welcome to this quick video with Gazelle Risk Management. I'm David Eason, but the most important guys in this video are the two Garys alongside me. There's Gary Williamson, head honcho from Gazelle Risk Solutions and Gazelle, and Gary Brotherton, what's your new role?
Commercial director.
Commercial director, there we go. So having joined the company, the two of you are now working together. Is it once again, you've worked together in the past and now you're together here once again with Gazelle?
Yeah, this is a dream team coming together again. So Gary and I worked together previously in a previous business. And despite that, we've still come together again. And Gary wants to work with the business again. So, and clearly we want to use Gary's expertise and skill set, knowledge, and relationships in the sector that we're going to talk about.
And that sector is the recruitment sector, isn't it? Which is a key market that you're looking at. And well, Gary, tell us about that sector itself and how important it's going to be for Gazelle in the next months and years to come.
Yeah, it's absolutely key to what we're doing. It's central. So it's been my specialism for about 12 years now. It's what I do. And I spend all my time out there talking to people in the sector, understanding the challenges they face and what we can do to help them. And it's fantastic that we've built this new product. It's here, it's ready to go, and we've crafted it specifically for that sector and its needs.
How important is it to have a product in that sector, and how interesting is it to get into this recruitment side of things?
Yeah, I think it's essential if you're going to be seen as one of the big players in the market. So there's a couple of brokers that have historically dominated the sector. Gary and I have had some experience in those, so we've both dealt with this industry before. But I think if you've got, if you're serious about this and you've got the right partners and the right backing, which obviously we've been able to do with our experience, our little black books, if you will, we've been able to pull together something that is bespoke to Gazelle. It's something that obviously will sell exclusively to those clients, and I think it really does capture the needs of their sector, their industry, because there's a lot of it's funny, recruitment is a bit of an anomaly in the insurance sector. There's about 40,000 recruiters in the UK and growing on a daily basis. Various different types of businesses all do something a little bit different. But within that, if you look at those that are actually insured by specialist brokers and specialist schemes, it's quite a low percentage, which means that a lot of people are not necessarily buying the right cover. So that's sort of a concern of ours. And it's not about, obviously price is really important, but it's around getting something out there that is really, really focused on their industry, on the risks in their industry. Gary can talk to that all day long. And I think we're passionate about having something that really does sort of pick up the challenges that they face. So I would say it's essential to have our own product in that space if we want to be seen, which we do, as one of the significant contenders in that space.
So Gary, if recruiters are watching this and thinking, we've got cover, we're all right, what's the benefits that the products that you're going to bring to the market will bring to them?
Yeah, initially it's making sure it's fit for purpose. Recruiters are quite unique in that, like any other business, they've got their own staff, but those that supply temps, they've actually got hundreds, if not thousands of people out there away from that site in the real world. And that comes with a lot of risks. And each policy out there handles that differently. So what we've done is specifically made something that picks up that exposure, any claims that come from that almost wider circle of people out there. It's making sure that it's fit for purpose for that, and they're getting covered that they might even think they've got already. It's making sure that is in place for them.
And you've obviously spoken to recruiters to start with. That you must go to them first and say, what do you need? And then you say it's bespoke, and you're able to tailor it to them.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I guess that it's a chicken egg situation. You ask somebody what they need, we kind of know we're the experts in that space from an insurance perspective, but you also want it to be functional, that works around them. So I think, we've got products that those, it's not complex the way that we've structured things. It's something that, our partners will be able to really understand and work with. So it's capturing their needs and requirements, but putting in that insurance experience and knowledge. So, between Gary and I, we've spoken to umpteen thousand recruiters over the years. And I think, really have an understanding of how those guys operate. So what we've created is something that will absolutely be fit for their purpose and user friendly as well. And I think you add that with, I think really the most important part of this is having the expertise in the business to be able to manage that. So number one, these big A-rated insurers will not be wanting to work with a business if we didn't have that experience in there and offering us these solutions, these products. So that's hugely important. So that straight away gives our clients the confidence that you're dealing with somebody here that actually are experts in this arena. But I think beyond that, then it's just, I say, really making sure that our clients are aware that they're speaking to people. They've got the ear of and the mobile phones of people that when. So not inevitable on all clients, but the inevitable happens from time to time. But some of these that they can speak to someone who goes, I know, I'll do that. We'll sort that out. And it's not faceless. It's not through a platform, and it's not incorrectly placed. And I think that's the important thing. It might just be nuance. It might be when we say incorrectly placed, it's not that an element of risk in their businesses is not covered, but it's not necessarily covered on the right basis. And we talked before in a podcast around clients thinking that insurers are trying to almost wriggle out of paying claims. That's not how insurers in my 30 years experience work at all. They want to pay claims, but they want to pay claims on the right basis. There's an expectation that you've bought cover on the right basis, that you've gone to the right market, the right supplier, you've gone through an expert, and you've been given good advice. And if you've been given good advice, you've got the right products.
And how important is, do you see your role, Gary, as that kind of the connection that we've spoken about, people buying from people and having that constant relationship over a long period of time? How important are Gazelle placing that as front and center of what they can offer?
Yeah, well, Gary mentioned about being user friendly. And it's exactly that. It's we don't want to be overbearing, asking for too much information, but there's a balance to be struck. We need to know about your business, how it works, and the risks you've got. And to give an example on that, a lot of the time we spend is can be looking at contracts. So we talk about those workers who are out there on different sites across the country or even the world, and if something happens, a lot of that can come down to not just what happened, but what did a contract say? Where did they push responsibility? And it's making sure it works for that as well.
And so you'd be excited to have this guy on board once again, and working with you and working with clients as well to get exactly the best deal, the best contracts for them.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, obviously, it was always my intention to try and convince the only other credible Gary in the market. No, there obviously there are other Garys left in the market. He's kind of broken our email policy straight away. Now we've got a Gary at and a Gary B at. Look, I rate Gary. I like Gary. Similar to what we've said before in the podcast, that we're a team of people that really get on, that have got similar values. So all that more important than anything else, right? If we were selling different products or didn't have a solution for recruiters, I'd still want Gary in the business without a shadow of a doubt. But what we've been able to do here is create a solution for a set of clients that we know. And I think one of the real sort of value adds is that in bringing Gary over, we've also been able to negotiate a deal to bring his clients with him from his previous employer. So, they recognised, and rightly so, and we recognise that Gary creates that value. Those clients ultimately will follow Gary. We have to, in our world, we all massively respect the covenants that we have, and you can't just take business the day after you go somewhere else. But inevitably, clients have got long memories. They trust their insurance broker and want to follow that person. So, but in this instance, we've been able to not only bring Gary over, but bring Gary's clients over on day one, which has automatically meant that we've already a reasonable sized player in the recruitment insurance sector, because we've got clients that are getting serviced. And they, like any community, they talk, they engage. There's a lot of groups, there's a lot of sort of industry bodies that operate quite closely. And our name and brand, because of Gary's name predominantly, and obviously mine historically in the sector, without a doubt will sort of follow suit. So yeah, I couldn't be more delighted to have Gary in the team. He's a top guy. as are everyone else in the team. He fits the Gazelle mould, really, and luckily we had a hoodie in his size spare. So there we go.
And Gary, you've got those obviously long-term clients that you've worked with anyway. But if someone new is coming to Gazelle, coming to you, what do you see as the kind of the first thing that you do to really kick off that client relationship and get it started?
Yeah, it's really about understanding, where they are as a business and as an individual. Who is that person in the business? Are we talking to a finance director, an operations director, a compliance or legal manager? What's important to them? Why do they want to talk in the first place? What's the problem they've got? Because it's then down to us to find the solution to those problems. It might be, I don't think we've got a very great deal, or it might be, I don't think this covers right, or we want to do this. We need the right insurance for that. So yeah, it's about, on any individual kind of case, working out what's important to them and really where we can help with that.
So Gary, if there is anyone watching this who thinks, I need that Gazelle help, obviously they come to you. Follow the logo, follow the links below this. But also, what's the first steps for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're not difficult to find nowadays. The brand's pretty much everywhere. Gary at or Gary B at GazelleRisk.com is the answer. We've made it really simple to get hold of us. I think just a point to add as well around that, and one of the value points of coming into Gazelle. So I think it's important that we resonate. Is actually, it's not just us that know this sector. So our underwriters that we're dealing with, the insurer that we've chosen, understand the sector as well. So we're dealing with. It's not us trying to explain something to people. This is about us with a really open door of people that wanted to work with us. They've selected us, so it's kind of a sort of a double whammy there, that you've got an insurer that understands the risk, the claims, how to support, how to pay those claims in that space. So yeah, we're very easy people to find. Come and have a look at, GazelleRisk.com. We'll talk about recruitment on there. You might be watching this through our website, or if you're watching it through one of the other mediums, please do reach out. And I think, look, at the end of the day, it's not just Gary and I. Everyone in our business, got the ability to be able to manage and sell these products. But ultimately, you've got the experience sat in the team. I think that's the important thing.
And Gary, just finally, if you're in this space in the recruitment sector, just how important is it to get this right, to get to manage this risk correctly in the recruitment sector?
Yeah, it's absolutely crucial, and as we've mentioned already, it's you don't really know how much you need it until you really need it. And working with somebody who understands that, and as Gary says, insurers who understand that as well, because when claims do happen, if it's regarding a worker who's out on site, there can be really complicated supply chains and contractual responsibilities along that supply chain. You can have the individual contractor, maybe another recruiter in the chain, an umbrella company, and you need someone who understands that, can really get into it and make sure really the claim goes your way.
And that's how Gazelle can help you. And you, mainly. Thank you for watching this, Gary B.
Thank you.
Thank you both, and we'll see you next time, wherever you might catch Gazelle, because he's everywhere now.